Very good morning, my dear friends. Welcome back to Chandan Logic's English class. My name is Shyam. My dear friends, again in this session, we are going to discuss IBPS Clerk mock test paper explanation. My dear friends, if you remember, yesterday's session was interesting because yesterday's session was a blend of grammar, also vocabulary. So I'm very sure that you also have enjoyed the latest yesterday's session. So I will definitely plan one more session where we do exercises together based on grammar, also vocabulary, so that you will not get the monotony of complete vocabulary or complete grammar. Fine. So this session is again going to be based on IBPS Clerk mock test explanation. Like I have said, in a week, we are planning the things like this, maybe 2-3 days mock test explanations and the other days content. Okay, so we'll start with IBPS Clerk mock test explanation. Once again, I welcome you all to English class. So you're watching Chandan Logic's English YouTube channel. I come on live every morning, and Chandan Logic's Telugu YouTube channel, I come on live every evening. So Chandan Logics offers you a free course. This free course has many practice questions from different topics. 7,000 plus practice questions from different topics. You can take this course and start your practice. And police aspirants can get English classes at a very reasonable price. Okay, let's get started. So select the segment of the sentence that contains error. So spotting error, guys, a very easy sentence. It looks very easy. I'm not sure whether it is easy or not, but the appearance seems to be quite easy because the size of the sentence is too small. The sentence starts from here. So Ram and his friends like to go for a trip every alternate week. Nice question. So answer please. Yes, guys. Ram and his friends like to go for a trip every alternate week. Can I have your answer? Where is the error and what is the error? No answer. And as you already know, you should be very specific when you give me the answer. What is the error exactly that you feel? Nobody? Nobody? See, generally we say, today I'm on leave. Today he is on holiday. He is online. Please talk to him. Your call is kept on hold. I'm sorry, the boss is on vacation. You can't contact him now. Next month I'm going on tour. Tomorrow I'll go on a picnic. And so on. Please take a screenshot. Please take a screenshot. Yesterday I was on leave. Next week I'll be on a holiday. He's online. Please talk to him. I kept your call on hold. Next month I'll be on vacation. Tomorrow I'll be on tour. Next week I'll be on a picnic. So you don't say go for a trip. Go on a trip. It's a direct question from the topic prepositions, my dear friends. A direct question on the topic prepositions. Okay. Go on a trip. Go on a tour. I hope you got it clear. Question number 2. Let's get started. So now the sentence starts here. Coal use. Yeah. Answer please, guys. What is the error? Quick. Guys, what is the error? Quick. Coal use is also surging in the US, reversing annual declines. since 2013. Yeah, guys, easy question. Coal use is also surging in the US, reversing annual decline since 2013. Easy question. My dear friends, here you say since 2013. When you say since 2013, so present perfect continuous. When we say since 2013, present perfect continuous. So present perfect continuous, you can't use is, you better say has been. You can't use is. Coal use has been also surging in the US, reversing annual declines since 2013. See, when you say since 2013, when you say since 2013, you cannot say is, you better say has been. Because when we say since 2013, it is a present perfect continuous. It is a present perfect continuous. Since 2013. Coal use has been. Coal use has been. Because present perfect continuous should come. Present perfect continuous should come. Okay, next question. It starts from here. It is a known fact that the rivers of India are larger than those of America. Error, please. Quickly tell me what the error is. It is a known fact that the rivers of India are larger than those of America. Yes, my dear friends. It is a known fact that the rivers of India are larger than those of America. Perfect sentence, there is no error in the sentence because this is a perfect comparison. You are comparing the rivers of India with the rivers of America. Those means rivers. Sometimes the error comes like this. It is a known fact that rivers of India is larger than America. Then it would be incorrect. If you directly say the rivers of India is larger than America, then it is a wrong comparison. Because you can't compare rivers of India with America. You only have to compare rivers of India with rivers of America. So perfect comparison happened here. If those is absent, it would have been a problem. Fortunately, those is here. So done. It is a known fact that rivers of India are larger than those of America. There is no problem here. No error, my dear friends. Can you try the next one? The sentence starts here. I don't know much about you, but I think he'll not pass in the annual exam that is going to happen next month. Yes, guys, waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. I don't know much about you, but I think he will not pass in the annual exam. He will not pass in the annual examination that's going to happen next month. No, no, that is not the answer. 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 Yeah. See, pass in the exam is incorrect. You can directly say pass the exam. You don't have to say pass in the exam. You only have to say pass the exam. I passed the exam. That's it. I passed this test. That's it. I passed in this exam. I passed in this test. That is wrong. I passed in this exam. I passed in this test. That is wrong. Am I clear? Am I clear? We'll proceed further, guys. Maybe last spotting error, and then we'll go to the next section. Everybody at the wedding were happy for them on this auspicious day. Easy question. Guys, easy question. This question looks really easy. Everybody were happy. Everybody were happy. Everybody at the wedding were happy. I think we already know this. Hundreds of times we discussed this before. We don't say everybody as plural. Everybody, nobody, anybody, somebody. They're all singular. They're all singular. We take the singular verb. We take the verb as singular. We take the verb as singular. So everybody at the wedding were happy. Were is wrong. You only say was. You only say was. You only say was. Okay. Everybody at the wedding were happy is wrong. Everybody at the wedding was happy. Was happy. Okay. Singular, singular, singular. So having successfully completed 5 spotting errors, now we have something interesting now. Let us see what he is talking about. Below a word is given followed by 3 sentences which consists of that word. Identify the sentence which best expresses the. So choose option 5, none of these. So my dear friends, here alignment could have been better, but that's fine. Flout is a word. Flout is a word. A sentence, B sentence, C sentence. You read the 3 sentences and identify where the word flout is properly used. Best expresses. Where the word flout is properly used. Where the word flout is properly used. Where the word flout is properly used. Guys, waiting for your answer. Okay. So what is the meaning of the word flout? Flout means reject. Flout means disregard. Flout means violate. Okay, flout means violate. Okay. If you read the B sentence, others have been accused of flouting some of their duties. Means some people did not do their duties properly. This is the only correct option here. Only B. If you read the A sentence and C sentence, seriously there is no problem there. In the A sentence there is no problem. Before long, Epstein, now 66, was not just helping the rich getting richer, but was building his own fortune and flouting it with a dazzling air of property. There is no problem in the A. There is no problem in the C. There is only problem with this. I mean, there is a problem with A and C. There is no problem with B. Some people, see, others have accused of flouting. So flouting their duties means not violating their duties. Flouting. Don't flout your responsibilities. As a teacher, I must never flout my duty. As a teacher, I must never flout my responsibility. So flout my duty means violation of the duty. I cannot flout my responsibility. I cannot flout my duty. So only the second sentence is correct. Rest of the sentences are incorrect. Can you try the seventh question? Here the question is foul. Here the word is foul. Easy word. Maybe flout was tough, but foul is easy. We use foul in even games and sports also. Yeah. Waiting for your answer. ABC. Identify where it is properly used. Identify where it is properly used. Foul. Yes, my dear friends. I think everybody knows foul. Foul can have 2-3 different meanings. One is foul smell. We say bad smell, foul smell, bad smell. We also say foul is illegal, cheating, and all that. If you read the A sentence, those brown patches are covered by water with pond growth that provide cover to whistling ducks, great blue herons, and other waterfowl. A here waterfowl, there is no proper meaning at all. Maybe you can say waterfall, but not waterfowl. B and C both are correct. If you read the B sentence, draw a foul means cheating. If you read the C sentence also, foul language, bad language. Only B and C correct. Only in the B and C sentences the word foul is properly used. In the A sentence it is improperly used. In the A sentence it is improperly used. To be honest, you don't have to read the complete sentence also. Only if you read this part of the sentence, foul language, correct. Draw a foul, correct. Waterfowl, what is waterfowl? So B and C correct. So this is a nice section where you need to read the sentences and check the word whether it is properly used or not. Insight. Insight is a very simple question, dear. Seriously, insight is a very easy question. Insight is a very easy question. Insight is a very easy question. To be honest, everybody knows the meaning of insight, right? Insight is encourage, motivate, sometimes provoke. His remarks incited anger. See here, motivate someone to incite. Correct. A is correct. A is correct. And remove the options where A is not there. Now you don't have to read B. You only have to check C. Other indicators often insight into where the local economy is headed. No. C is not correct. There is no meaning to C. Only A is correct. 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 Okay. Chalo. Let me take you to the 9th question. Now, in the following sentence, 4 words have been printed in bold, and 1 bold word in the sentence is not acceptable. I think we need to find. Yes, we need to find which word is improperly used. Which word is improper? You don't have to read the sentence for this. Go to the options. See wrong word. Maybe incorrectly spelt word. Incorrectly spelt word, or incorrectly spelt word, or inappropriate word. Yes, my dear friends. If you are not sure, you can better read the sentence as well. He was unable to ace the exam and was really depressed. So there is a person who is sad because his career is not good. His best friend was trying to bemuse him. Oh my God. His best friend was trying to bemuse him by making weird faces. What is the problem with bemuse here? What is the problem with bemuse here? He was unable to ace the exam and was really depressed. His best friend was trying to bemuse him by making weird faces. Guys, there is a problem with the word bemuse. Here, you can't use bemuse. You have to use amuse. Okay. Bemuse is confuse. Bemuse is confuse. Amuse, entertain. Amuse, surprise. Okay. Bemuse is confused. Amuse is entertain, surprise. His friend was sad, so he was trying to maybe make him laugh, make some fun, entertain him, amuse. Bemuse is a negative word, confused. See, bemuse, amuse different. I repeat, bemuse is confused. Amuse is maybe entertain, surprise. Okay. So you should be very careful, dear. Ace the exam. Ace the exam means qualify, pass the exam. Ace the exam means pass the exam. Okay, right. Try the next one. Yes. Guys, try this. Yes, my dear friends. Talking about incidents that shook up the world, 9/11 attacks was such an enormous travesty. What is the problem here? Which word is incorrectly used and why? Guys, you should know something. Travesty. What is the meaning of travesty? Travesty means false representation of something. Travesty means false representation of something. Travesty means false representation of something. False representation of something. Here you can't say travesty because 9/11 attacks is not a false representation. Then better you say enormous tragedy. Enormous tragedy. Okay? It is not a travesty. It is a tragedy. Sad moment. You should be very careful, guys. Travesty is different. You can't use travesty here. You must use tragedy here. 9/11 incident was a tragedy, right? 9/11 incident was a tragedy, correct? Or disaster, correct? Travesty means false. Kind of false praise, you're right. False appreciation, false representation, false promises and all that. 9/11 is not false, it is sad. Tragedy should be the right word. Tragedy should be the right word. So Chandan Logics gives you Kingmaker book, all yours. 0 to Hero 2.0 and 6.0 batch. And all these batches are designed for you. CGL courses and all these. Okay. Question number 11, dear. You have to read the sentence from here. It's not just about the spelling. Meaning of the sentence is also important. Yes. Yes. Ashima and her friends had passed out from the Mumbai University in the year 2006. So two friends, they had their certificate, qualification from Mumbai University. So what do you think is the error, my dear friends? What do you think is the error, my dear friends? Yes. See, generally in the place of passed out, you better say graduated. You better say graduated. Okay. Of course, we use passed out informally, but it is not a standard English. I graduated from so and so university in 2010. You don't have to use passed out. You better say not even passed. You better say graduated. Again, you don't say pass. Pass is only for exam. I passed this test. I passed this exam. Here the meaning of the sentence is in 2016 from Mumbai University, you graduated. Graduated is the right word. Okay, graduated is the right word. To give you extra information, in phrasal verbs, when we say pass out, it means faint. When we say pass out, it means faint. When we say pass out, it means faint. When I heard the news, I passed out. When I heard the news, I passed out. Means I fainted. I fell down. Okay. Next. Can you try the 12th question, dear? So now we need to find it. You have made a blunder mistake in the presentation. Yes, my dear friends. So you have made a blunder mistake in the presentation. Why do you want to say blunder mistake? Why do you want to say blunder mistake? In the place of blunder, you can say big mistake, because blunder is equal to big mistake. Blunder is equal to big mistake. You can't say blunder mistake. Blunder mistake is a wrong language. You can't say blunder mistake. Blunder mistake is a wrong language. Either you say he made a blunder, or you say he made a big mistake. But you can't say blunder mistake. Blunder mistake is a serious problem. Blunder mistake is a serious problem. Try the next one. Question number 13. Question number 13. Very nice question. Let me see if you can get this answer right. They were all ready, very excited to go on a vacation with their parents. Nice question. Easy but tricky. Let me see if you can get it done. Let me see if you can get it right. Guys, they were all ready, very excited. In the place of all ready, you have to say already. How simple, see? You can't say all ready, already. There is a difference, right? They were already excited. They were already excited. They were already excited. They were already excited. Next. We have a passage now. So would you like to take some time and read the passage? Would you like to take some time, read the passage? I think passage looks a bit smaller. It talks about Europe faces unprecedented natural gas supplies. Maybe it looks very small, three small passages, three small paragraphs. Maybe you can take some 120 or 180 seconds time. Read it, because that's important, no? Don't compromise. Read the passage. Everybody read the passage. Max time 180 seconds. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. One minute done. Last 2 minutes. Yes. Yeah, sure. Teja, I'll do it. I'll do it for sure. Yeah, yeah, Teja, I have seen it. You don't have to keep message too many times. You can keep the message once. I have noted it. No problem. Yes. Yes, my dear friends. So I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to read this for you. I'm going to read this for you. Europe faces unprecedented risk to its natural gas supplies this winter after Russia cut off most pipeline shipments and could wind up competing with Asia for already scarce and expensive liquid gas. This exercise looks challenging. This exercise looks challenging. I don't know how far you are able to read it and understand it, but I'm very sure this exercise looks challenging, dear. I'm very sure this exercise looks challenging, dear. Yeah. So he's trying to say Europe faces unprecedented risk. So Europe is in a problem. Europe is in a danger to its natural gas supplies this winter after Russia cut most of its pipeline shipments and could wind up competing with Asia for already scarce and expensive liquid gas that comes by ship. So the problem is Europe is in a problem. Why? Because its natural gas supplies this winter. See, Europe is facing some problem with this natural gas because Russia cut pipelines, shipments. Russia created the problem and Europe is facing it. Okay. So the Paris-based IEA said its quarterly gas report released on Monday that European Union countries would need to reduce 13% over the winter in case of complete Russian cut-off amid in war. So I'll put it very easy for you. Russia, Ukraine, dishum dishum. Russia, Ukraine, fight, fight. All the world is affected by that. So much of that cutback would have to come from consumer behavior, such as turning down thermostats by 1 degree and adjusting boiler temperatures as well as industrial and utility conservation. The European Union on September 30 agreed to mandate a reduction in electricity consumption by at least 5% during peak price. So just a trickle of Russian gas is still arriving in pipelines through Ukraine to Slovakia and across the Black Sea through Turkey. Two other routes under the Baltic Sea to Germany and through Belarus and Poland have shut down. Another hazard in the study was a late winter could snap, which would be particularly challenging because underground gas reserves flow more slowly at the end of the season. So the European Union has already filled storage to 88% ahead of its goal, and IEA assumed 90% would be needed its Russian cutoff. So businesses in Europe have already cut back natural gas and sometimes simply by abandoning energy intensity. So which smaller businesses such as bakeries are feeling a severe crimp. I don't actually. I would love to explain every sentence, but I don't think time would be enough. And at the end of the day, even if I explain, that cannot help you. You have to read, you have to understand. Don't worry, I'll explain the things in a very brief way once I finish off reading process. High prices for gas, which is used for heating homes, generating electricity, and a host of industrial processes are feeding through record consumer inflation. Euro and sapping so much consumer prices that economists predict a recession, and European governments and utilities have made much of the Russian shortfall by purchasing expensive supplies of liquefied natural gas or LNG, and that comes from ship, like from these countries are obtaining pipelines, okay, from Norway and Azerbaijan. The goal is to prevent storage levels from falling so far that governments must ration gas to business. Gas storage must remain above 33% for a secured winter according to the IEA, while levels below risk. I want you to do something honestly. You take a screenshot of this you take a screenshot of this. You take a screenshot of this. You take a screenshot of this. And even after the live class is over, even after the live class is over, I genuinely want to read it. Take a screenshot of this. I genuinely want to read. I genuinely want you to read it. Okay, so that at least you will improve your reading skills. And even this, take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. Yeah, done. Right. Only if you develop the habit of reading skills, that will bring a big difference. But like I have said, the whole point in this passage is, even if you read this passage, take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. Okay. So the whole point in this passage is, I'll put in a very brief way in one line. Russia-Ukraine war affected businesses all over the world, especially the West. The Europe is facing tremendous liquid gas issue, because the whole way straight, the passage where the ships and containers carry are affected. So now they have to travel all the way around. That increases their transport cost. So what is the solution to this problem? What are the countries doing to curtail this problem and all that? I want you to take a screenshot of this. I want you to seriously start developing your reading skills, my dear friends. But now that let's go in a very simple shortcut way. I will quickly tell you the answers, and after the session is over also, you can start working on it. So how many countries in the EU use the euro? 19 countries. You check your answer once you finish the reading. Okay, 19 countries. Yes. According to the paragraph, which Asian country is experiencing widespread power blackouts? Actually, the right procedure could have been, if you had read the questions first, then when you start reading the passage, things could have been handled better. Okay. So Bangladesh is a country which is experiencing widespread power blackouts. Okay. Vishnu, I have reduced the light 50% actually. Do you find the screen visible now, or do you find the light too low, too dim? Let me know. If this is okay, I'll continue in this way, or again I'll increase the light. If this is okay, that's fine. I've reduced 50% of the light in my studio. If you can't see the things properly, I'll increase it. What has deprived Asian countries of the limited number of floated regasification terminals? Which means, what has deprived Asian countries? Naturally, it is a common sense. Yes. Gas crisis only. Gas crisis only. So the whole problem is gas crisis, right? The whole problem is gas crisis. The whole problem is gas crisis. The whole problem is gas crisis. Only the whole problem is gas crisis. Only because there is a gas crisis, the whole Asian countries struggle this deprivation. So read the paragraph and select the inference that hold true based on the facts. So there are inferences given here. Inference 1. European governments and utilities are purchasing expensive supplies of liquefied natural gas. No. In the paragraph, there was nowhere mentioned that European governments are purchasing expensive supplies. Why will they do that? They are not purchasing expensive liquefied gas. That is wrong. 2. Read 2. Mismanaging the Sri Lankan economy led to a subsequent economic crisis. Yes. Inference 2 follows. Sri Lankan economy was mismanaged, and that led to all bigger problems. Again 3. Pakistan urges IMF. No way. Pakistan doesn't dare to urge IMF. Never. If you read the paragraph, you will understand Sri Lankan economy mismanagement happened, so that is a reason. The problem became bigger. Yes, my dear friends. Yes. Yes. Let me go back to the earlier question. Let me go back to the earlier question. European governments purchasing expensive supplies and Sri Lankan economy getting mismatched. Let us do the cross check because we didn't read the third part of the paragraph actually. Yes, which is correct. Pakistan, see, Bangladesh is experiencing, you remember this point, guys? Bangladesh is experiencing widespread power blackouts, correct? You remember this question? Yes, Bangladesh is facing the real problem. That is point number one. And yes, European leaders say the cutback on Russia is energy, gas and energy blackmail, pressurizing governments over their support. So European leaders say, see, lower levels also would Europe to next, while higher reserves from conservation, extremely high prices. Yes, my dear friends, here the point is mentioned. Somewhere I was thinking because we didn't read the third part of the sentence. So in the paragraph it is mentioned that, in the third part of the paragraph it is mentioned that European countries are actually facing the heat. European countries are facing the heat, so they were obliged to purchase high expenses. Correct. This is correct. This is properly mentioned. Only one is correct. Of course, three is wrong. But again, Sri Lankan mismanagement is also not mentioned in the passage. So European countries have to buy for high expensive prices. Again, one more inference based question. Pakistan has introduced reduced working hours. Europe faces exceptional risks to natural gas. Germany expects recession next year. 1 and 2, my dear friends. So Pakistan introduced reduced working hours and Europe faces exceptional risks. So please read the paragraph after the session is over. And one last question here before we go to the next section. Filling the blanks. Guys, filling the blanks. Try any shortcut. 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 Yes. I will tell you my way. Expedite, salvage, facilitate, sabotage, retrieve. See? Read the sentence. Read the sentence. Since Russian halted flows this month through the Nord Stream, and built never operated after Germany refused to certify it for damage in the underwater explosions that European governments say are sabotage. I think everybody knows the meaning of the word sabotage. Yes. What is the meaning of the word sabotage to you? Guys, what is the meaning of the word sabotage? Waiting for your answer. Completely destroyed. Completely damaged. Devastated, you know. Sabotage is devastated. Sabotage is devastated. Yeah. To be very honest, all these options are positives. Guys, expedite positive, retrieve positive, salvage positive, facilitate positive. This is the only negative option. Done. I think everybody knows expedite. Expedition means process fast. Process fast. Salvage, recover from a problem. Recover from a problem. Facilitate, support. Support. Retrieve, again recover. Retrieve is recover. You know, we retrieve the data. Retrieve the data. So sabotage is the only negative word. Very easy question now. Choose a synonym to the word scarce. Easy question. Everybody knows the answer, I am very sure. Guys, scarce means what? Very less. Scarce means what? Very less. So copious is more, profuse is more, innumerable more, myriad more. So this is the option. So scarce means less, exiguous means less. Scarce means less, exiguous means less. Rest of the options are opposites. Okay. And then railway students, all students, yes. Police students, can get the classes. Now the last 10 questions are actually very easy. Complete them fast. The place has its dash. Easy question. The place has its dash by virtue of its historical background. Yes, my dear friends. The place has its importance. The place has its importance. The place has its importance, correct? The place has its importance. The place has its importance. Very easy questions. The city lies dash in the lap of mountains. The city lies dash in the lap of the mountains. The city lies nestled in the lap of the mountains. Easy questions, nothing much to explain. Only you have to check it. Any doubts you can ask. The city lies nestled in the lap of the mountains. Can you try the 23rd? As a part of a dash questionnaire, Alex was under observation through hidden cameras. As a part of a dash questionnaire, he was under observation. So if a person is under observation, so I think people are looking at what? When somebody is under observation, what does that mean? Yes? His dash is being observed. His personality is being observed. It's a personality test. It's a personality test. It's a personality test. It's a personality test. His personality is being tested. Okay? As a part of a personality questionnaire, his personality was being questioned. As a part of a personality questionnaire, personality test. Sacrifice is no way. Culpable, culpable indirect, culpable homicide. Culpable is like culpable. You know, culpable is like when you do something out of deliberation. You know, when we say culpable homicide, when we say culpable, somebody has done something, it's purely wrong action. Culpable is wrong action. Paranormal is not very normal, and ethereal is not very delicate, very light. Ethereal is very delicate, very light. Can you try the next one? Very easy questions, easy vocabulary. Yes, guys. Rohit Kumar's spring collection was sensational with the myriad colors of the season. He said collection. So collection means lot of. Collection means lot of. Collection means lot of. Myriad means lot of. That is the answer. Myriad. Myriad means many, plenty. So Rohit Kumar's spring collection was sensational with the myriad colors of the season. You know, when we say myriad colors of the season, myriad colors of the season, when we say myriad colors of the season, myriad colors of the season. Okay. Caramel is, everybody knows caramel, some brown substance when sugar is heated. And chromatic, chrome is color, monochromatic is one color. And the SAMEI, SAMI is like boring, doing the same thing, boring thing every day. Okay, same. It's like same. SAMI same. Both are same. Okay, same. So myriad means plenty. Myriad means plethora of. Myriad means plethora of colors. Plethora of colors. Fill in the blank. Hard work and constant dash. Easy question. Hard work and constant dash. Yeah. Make lofty goals attainable. Hard work and constant dash. Hard work and constant pursuit. Hard work and constant pursuit. Hard work and constant pursuit. Pursuit means Continuously following something. Continuously following something. Okay. Continuously following something. Now we have last exercise and we end the session after this. A, B, C, D, E, 5 sentences. A, B, C, D, E, 5 sentences. Take 2 minutes extra time, and this is the last section in this exercise. So quickly message the sequence in the comment section fast. Max time 120 seconds. I promise you it is an easy section. I promise you it's an easy section. Anybody ready with the answer? You can message your answer in the comment section. Yes, guys. Anybody answer? Ready with the answer? How can you start with a D, Ray? How can you start with a D? These companies, what companies? How can you start with a D? Impossible. You are missing some shortcuts. You are missing some shortcuts. Shall I tell you some shortcuts? First of all, I'll tell you. Their pronoun, moreover cannot be the first statement. Consequently cannot be the first statement. But I'll tell you something. Consequently, it comes in the last. These companies cannot be the first statement. But I'll tell you something. These companies means before that there should be some companies. Where are those companies? Google and Amazon. Google and Amazon are companies, no? And these companies, what is there? Okay. Now these companies is companies. So there means companies only, no? I don't know why you are missing simple things. Are you reading them or what? Are you reading them? Not at all. You can't read the sentences, no? You have to read the sentences only to check whether your sequence is correct or wrong. But don't read the sentences to get the answer. First you get the answer. First you get the answer. Then to check it only you have to read it. If you are reading the sentences to get the answer, you are in a wrong direction. Especially easy exercises like this. If the exercise is tough, I would definitely say you have to read it. Yaar, what is there? First of all, tak. Only possibility is with E. And companies, Google, Amazon. See, Google, Amazon companies. So these companies, fatafat. And again, there only. Maybe there is a little confusion here. Maybe consequently is for sure last. The only doubt that you can have is either it is AB or BA. Maybe you can have a little doubt only there. Consequently comes in the last, generally. If you have any little confusion, you must have a little confusion here. But if you see here, A is saying they do this. Moreover, so moreover comes next, no. Moreover comes next, no. Today, I think I have left one homework. I did not explain the paragraph clearly. I know, like every day what I am doing. Today, I did not explain the paragraph clearly because time factor is one factor. And even to explain that paragraph will take a lot of time. So today, I have asked you to do that exercise. I'm sure you have taken the screenshots. There are 3 slides almost like 5 6 passages. I want you to read and understand it, please. Okay, right. Thank you so much.